What's up, good people? How you doing today? It's Larry Jones. Hey, you're new to the page? You already know. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit all. Today we're going to talk about CCIV and the merger and everything that's going on with it. Haven't played that intro in a while. Hey, my name is Larry Jones. For those of you that's new to the page, those of you that's been rolling with me, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps to keep me alive. Real briefly, I want to talk about Webull. There's a link below. When you click my link, you're going to get free stock worth up to $2,300 to free stock. And they have continued now only depositing $5, right? They do have fractional shares. They have Cardano, ADA in there, and you could trade pre and post market. And when you use my link, it does help the page out. Thank you. All right, let's talk about CCIV. CCIV was supposed to have a merger with Lucid, and it didn't happen. Check your emails if you have CCIV. Just check whatever email you have linked to your broker account, your brokerage account, and you're going to see, hey, urgent message. I believe they've actually pushed the deadline back and you could still vote. They need more votes. So it's really important that you vote. Okay. So I'm going to talk about CCIV, but I want to stress never falling in love with a stock. Okay. And I know you guys are going to be saying, well, what about AMC? That's a whole different ball game, a whole different topic. It's not based on fundamentals. Let's stick to the matter at hand. For those of you that's old school. All right, let's stick to the matter at hand and talk about CCIV. Now, I absolutely love the car. I've seen the car. I've had a full demo from a great gentleman here in Illinois. And I looked at the car through and through. And when the Lucid Air is shipped, I mean, they've checked off all of the boxes. Now, having said that, we want to buy it at the absolute best price. So a few days ago, I said, this is perfect. Buy the rumor, sell the news. You run all the way up to the SPAC, and the day before, a lot of times, there's a sell-off. And then the merger happens, and then there's a bigger sell-off. All right. And so that's what I think is going to happen with CCIV before it turns into Lucid Motors. So I'm going to tell you that the merger did not happen, and I believe it's supposed to happen tomorrow. Yeah, I'll tell you what's happening with it. All right. You know, it has some high multiples. OK, for EVs. Right. Here's what's happening with it. There's a lot of talk around town, as they say. You didn't hear this from me, but I had heard that they may be doing a share dilution. And that's never a good thing for the stock price short term. I always look at share dilutions as opportunities to buy. Why do companies do share dilutions? To raise capital. Okay. Many people are voting no to the merger. And that's why it's important for you guys to go ahead and vote. Me personally, I'll tell you, I voted yes. And I have my reasons for voting yes on all. All right. It only takes a few minutes. So because of that, I made the comment that there may be a sell-off. And the reason I made the video about the sell-off was two things. Uneasiness in the market overall, and where the company has to find its base. All right. There's a few things going on with it. All right. So when they announced the merger, they goofed up on how much the company is worth and how much the pipe was getting. And so they messed up on that. When the true numbers came down, as you guys know, the stock fell more than 50% of its value, the stock price. And so now here we are at the merger, and there is concerns about the share dilution. So a lot of people are voting no. All right. So here's some of the things that I think could cause the stock to go down. Now, I'm giving you the pros and the cons, because if you don't look at the cons, then you're just falling in love with a stock, and you should never do that. All right. Here are some of the things that could cause it to drop. A pushback on the merger vote that happened today. Share dilution. Okay. It hasn't happened, but they are trying to make sure that they can do it, because they filed a 424B3 form with the SEC. All right. And that proposal will have the authorized shares go from 500 million to 15 billion. All right. That's crazy. You're talking about 30 times the amount of shares, if I can do my math correct. Okay. And of course, they're doing this to raise capital. What I do like about it, I think the pipe investors are bringing 2.5 billion to the table. Now, you have to know, in EV world, they burn through a ton of money. You got to build these plants out. They're trying to expand, not just here, but in Saudi and all these other countries that they're going to be building plants in. And I believe eventually they're going to try to hit the Chinese market, because that is the biggest EV market. And then they have to build all of these cars. The Lucid Air has more orders than they have cars. So that is a good thing about it. But now they have to build. All right. And they're going to burn through a lot of cash, because it is very expensive. Just look at Tesla and look at the amount of cash. As a matter of fact, they're not even supposed to be close to profitable until 2025, maybe 2026. Okay. And so there's a lot of unknowns, hills that they're going to have to climb. And it's going to have negative or downward pressure on the stock price. Now, there's also something called buy the rumor, sell the news, which a lot of people are doing. Like I forestated, they're going to buy it. We've been buying it ever since the announcement of the merger. And what happens is some people taking their profits. Some people bought it at $15. Some people bought it at $10. And so they're just taking their profits. They don't want to run the risk of any of this happening. And so they're good. So they're taking their money, causing the price to fall, right? I'm just going to look you in the eye and tell you, I believe that it's going to further fall after the SPAC, just like after the merger, rather, just like I said. I believe it's going to further fall. Now, what I'm trying to do is buy more shares at the best price, at the lowest price. So I will not be buying any CCIV this week. I'm going to wait and monitor it next week and see what happens. So I believe there's going to be a slight sell-off, and then it's going to bring the price down. Where do I think it's going to be? I personally think that it's going back into the teens. Now, it could be high teens, but I believe it's going to go back into the teens. Now, I hope that it's not a big fall, but in one of my portfolios, remember, I have a high growth a portfolio with CCIV in it. I'm not touching. But in my other portfolio, I'm trying to get in at a better buy price. All right. So I kind of dollar cost average up, and I see an opportunity to get in. So if you're just getting in and you're saying, Larry, what are you saying? I'm saying if you are just getting in, remember, I'm not your financial advisor. Neither do I play one on TV. I'm just telling you what Uncle Larry thinks. If I were you, I would not be buying in this week. I probably wouldn't even buy in Monday. Let's see what the stock tells you what the price is going to be and find its base. Now, that's barring the rest of the market. For those of you that say, hey, Larry, what about this stock? Or what about this stock? Well, what about this stock? And especially the stock that I mentioned in earlier videos, and I said I'm getting out. I'm not even looking at those stock anymore, But what I'm going to tell you, a lot of your newer guys, I want to help you guys out, newer investors, is this. When the entire market is down, don't go, what's wrong with this stock? When the entire market is down. So zoom out on these days like we had on Monday. Zoom out. If the entire market is beat all the way down, don't go, hey, this stock is down. The entire market is down. Okay. And I know, and I'm not saying this to be funny. I know it's a lot of new investors that don't understand that. So whenever you see a stock be down, look at the entire market. If the entire market is down, most likely that's why that stock is down. All right. All right. So, because we're going to keep everybody going. We're going to keep the investors that are used to investing, has been investing for years. You professionals, we want to keep you guys fed. But we also got new family members and we want to bring them along. Right, good people? Okay. So what I think you should do at this point is dollar cost average in. And I wouldn't start dollar cost averaging in until next week. So next week, if let's say it goes down to $19, $18, or let's say it goes down to $20, I wouldn't take all my money and dump it in. I would take some money and put in and see what it does a few days later. All right. For those of us that were in Hylian, we remember that fiasco. All right. But just look back at CCIV when they announced the merger. When they announced the merger date and came out with the financials, just look at what happened with it. When we saw what the true evaluation was, we lost 50, it dropped over 50%. Okay. And so that's why you want to dollar cost average in and not go in all the way. So, and I know you guys are going, yeah, I love CCIV. It's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. Give me a hug. It's going to be all right. We're going to get through it. Either way it goes, even for those of you that bought it at a higher price, remember, this is a long-term hold. It's a long-term stock. You're going to be okay. You really are going to be okay. But it's better for you to buy it next week than you did, unfortunately, some of you guys bought it at, what did it add up to $60? And so look at stock that are beat down, and then that's when you go in, good people. And that's how you make money in the investing game. All right. I'm going to leave it right there. Hopefully this helped to shine some light on this merger that did not happen today, that's supposed to happen tomorrow, and that you need to go and vote on immediately following this video. All right. Hey, good people, I have had horrible allergies and the worst migraine headache I've ever had in my life today. But I just don't like to get on the front end of a video and start complaining. But I felt like this was important enough that I needed to share this with you guys. Pray for your brother. Pray for me. Call my name out in prayer, because, woo, I've been having a rough day today. All right, good people. But hey, I choose to have a good day. I love you guys, family. I really do. All right. Hopefully I'm receiving that love back. We're going to continue to make money and build generational wealth. All right, good people. Live, love, laugh, and learn.